A warm welcome back to you. You are still watching Soweto TV News. Thank you for choosing to stay with us. My name is Tshepi Khanye, bringing you your sports update this hour. With victories over Sierra Leone, it was a 4-0 win, and Botswana a 1-0 win during the most recent international break in September. Bafana will be hoping to build on their encouraging performances when South Africa faces off versus Mozambique in an international friendly match at the Mbombela Stadium on Thursday evening, on the 17th of November of 2022. They will start preparing for the restart of the Africa Cup of Nations qualification process the following year. The game is set to begin at 8:30 Central African Time.
South Africa and Mozambique will begin tuning up for the resumption of the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers next year when they meet in an international friendly at Mbombela Stadium on the evening of Thursday the 17th of November 2022. Both teams will be looking ahead to the next state of African qualifiers, with South Africa facing Liberia in a back-to-back matches in March in Group K, while Mozambique will have the daunting task of facing reigning continental champions Senegal twice in a row in Group L. Bafana will be looking to build on their promising outings in the last international break in September, when they recorded 4-0 and 1-0 wins over Sierra Leone and Botswana respectively.
The only thing I will not do is playing with two teams like I did in September. So I will not do that. Little by little I will go to my standard team, to my standard selection, and working with them for the next months, and certainly to Liberia too. So I don't think it's a good idea now to play again one team against Angola, one team against Mozambique. No, we have to prepare those games in March, and we have to prepare our team.
In head-to-head stats, South Africa and Mozambique have met in 9 matches, including clashes between A teams in the COSAFA Cup, since 1995, with Bafana claiming 6 wins compared to 2 for the Mambas, including 1 via penalties. Malwandla Hlekane for Soweto TV Sports.
The South African Sports Confederation and Olympic Committee has announced a powerful squad of some 209 athletes to compete across 11 different sporting codes for the 2022 Region V Games in Lilongwe, Malawi, from the 2nd all the way until the 12th of December. These games mark the 10th occasion that they are held and are expected to attract some 3,000 athletes in total from 10 Southern African countries. South Africa is traditionally one of the most successful nations at the event. Last year, an executive decision was made to withdraw Team SA from the games midway through the competition following an outbreak of COVID-19 at the event. Despite their withdrawal, with the track and field program to be completed, Team SA still managed to top the overall medals table. Australia's Minjee lead takes aim at a 2022 money title and the LPGA Player of the Year award when the season-ending Tour Championship begins on Thursday. A total of 60 players will compete for a 32 million rands winners payday, the biggest prize in women's golf history, at the multi-million event on a Tiribuna Golf Club in Naples, Florida. Lee won the US Women's Open and the only women's golf record top prize of a 15 million SA rands in June this week after taking the LPGA Founders Cup. World number 5 leads the LPGA season money list of 16 million rands ahead of South Korea's 8th ranked Chang Lee-ji and 90 million atop New Zealand's Lydia Ko. But 8 players have a chance to claim the money crown by winning this weekend, and they will all have a chance to set a season record money total, breaking the mark set by Mexico's Lorena Ochoa back in 2007. And finally, the Springboks may have had to change a few plans as they face an important must-win match against Italy in Genoa over the coming weekend. After 2 very tight defeats over the past 2 weekends against the top 2 teams in the world, namely Ireland as well as France, the Boks are now in danger of going winless on their end-of-year tour.
Springbok coach Jacques Ninaba has made a few tweaks to his team for Saturday's test against Italy in Genoa. Jasper Wiese returns at number 8 in the starting 15, which also features new lock and new centre pairings. Ninaba said he expected an onslaught from a confident Italy, who earned a historic 29-28 win over Australia last week. Visa was a late withdrawal from last week's test against France in Marseille due to a concussion protocol. He takes over from Kwagga Smith, who now drops down to the bench.
We're 4 points behind France, who's the second best team in the world, and 3 points behind Ireland, who's the best team in the world. And France is the Northern Hemisphere champions, and that's where we are. And we will need to work extremely hard because we are playing Ireland in our pool, and then there's a possibility of playing France or New Zealand in the quarterfinal. So there's a lot of hard work for us, and that's where we are. That's the reality.
Springboks believe they are on the right track after coming close against Ireland and France, and if we can produce a strong showing up front and be a little more accurate in their execution, they know they can turn things around on tour. Malwandla Hlekane, Soweto TV Sports.
Well, that's all we have for you from the sports desk. As always, handing over to you, Zola.
Thank you, Tshepi, for the sports update. Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather. Remember, we love hearing from you, so please feel free to engage with us or share any news or stories that are happening in and around your neighborhood. You can contact us on 011-933-3000. Alternatively, you can send us an email on news@sowetotv.co.za. Well, that's all the news that we have for you for this evening. From myself and the rest of the team, have a good night and thank you for watching.